A Live 5 investigation shows that in North Charleston, the Charleston County School District is overturning decisions on student punishment in favor of more serious consequences.
CCSD constituent boards hear and decide the outcome in student discipline cases, but the district's Board of Trustees can overturn those decisions, and they've been doing so.
Live 5's Emily Johnson joining us now in the studio to break down those numbers and explain how these decisions could be affecting students. So, Emily, let's start with where did those numbers come from in the first place?
Well, Ann and Ralph, we first obtained information through a Freedom of Information Act, which was multiple requests from the district that show the number of decisions made by constituent boards, but were later appealed by the Board of Trustees. In the 2022 to 2023 school year, 27 appeals were made. 27 appeals were also made this past school year, with over half of those decisions in District 4, which is the district that represents schools in the greater North Charleston area. Now, constituent boards are broken up into 8 different districts due to the sheer size of Charleston County. Constituent Board 4 held a total of 19 hearings on student punishment last school year. 15 of those 19 decisions were appeals, 13 by the schools themselves, and 2 more by parents. District 4 was the only district where decisions were appealed by schools.
Generally across the board, you don't see too many times where a school will appeal a case. To see that number, it definitely says something.
Board of Trustees changed the original decision by District 4 12 times and only upheld the original decision at 3 times. Of the original decisions made by the constituent district, they decided to allow 8 of the students with an offense back into the district, but on probation. But once the Board of Trustees stepped in, no students were allowed to remain on district probation based off of the offense that they committed. This means the trustees deemed the original punishment by the constituent board not correct for the offense. Community advocate Alvin Speaks says concerns with the North Charleston board were raised when parents, teachers, and members of the community reached out and said constituent board was allowing the most violent kids in the school to come back on probation.
We're talking about kids that are beating up teachers, kids that are beating up the school resource officers, and they're sending these kids back on probation.
Now, in response to this story, Board of Trustees Chair Keith Grabowski requested today to hold a special called meeting on August 1st to address student placement concerns with all constituent boards. Now, every member of Constituent Board 4 was contacted by me regarding a comment or interview for this story, but none have responded to our request.